I've got a bone to pick with you. So, the Ohio State University Rhythm Game Club has been running a little contest on Twitter recently. A contest where a bunch of popular rhythm games are pit against each other in a double elimination system. Basically, Sexy Man but for rhythm games. I just want to say, originally, I thought it was a fun concept. Sure, it was a little biased, given that 4 of OSU's game modes are in there, and the contest is made by a university whose acronyms are OSU, but I thought it was just a nice way to have some banter, bring the divided sections of rhythm games together. Well, I was wrong. See, recently the semi-finals took place, and it was the death match of the century. O Standard was pit against Archaea, the PC giant versus the mobile giant. What would unfold this time? Some of the posts were really nice, and it's fun to see people's legitimate thoughts about rhythm games that aren't their main ones. Until you get to what has to be the most brain-dead comments I've had the pleasure of laying my eyes on. 99% of these sorts of posts come from people who play Archaea, but have barely played OSU, or play OSU, but have barely played Archaea. Which is cool. I understand that you naturally want to defend a rhythm game you have attachment to, but to then go on to not even criticize, but at this point, defame these games for the sake of what's essentially a popularity contest. I know some of you are trolling, but you should be ashamed of yourselves. Like, you guys do realize that there are deaths behind these games, right? And that they're likely watching you embarrass yourself like this? Man, you might need to go outside or something, bro, because I promise you, it's not that deep. But with that being said, let's talk about some of these dumb takes. And I don't care what side it's on, all of you got smoked to hold for being dumb. First up, Archaea is locked behind a paywall. Okay, buddy, just say you're broke. Just say you're a teenager that still takes funds from mommy's credit card. It's okay, man. Alright. As someone who grew up pretty poor myself, I do sympathize with this and say it's okay to want free gameplay, for the most part. But trying to say having to pay for content in a game is a flaw of a game that people have put thousands of hours and thousands of pounds into developing says more about you than it does about whoever you're arguing with. And I really hope you don't try running a business in the future, because you'd probably be bankrupt within minutes. Second, OSU is just an Elite Beat Agent copy. First of all, yes, the gameplay is similar, but saying it's a copy is crazy, considering it succeeds EBA in literally every aspect. Like, you do realize by saying it's a copy, you're essentially saying there's zero reason to pick OSU over Elite Beat Agent, right? And we all know that's horseshit. So stop saying dumb shit like this. Like, OSU hasn't been one of the biggest rhythm games of the decade. If someone said Archaea is a Sound Vortex clone, it'd be wrong, right? So keep that same energy. Secondly, bruh, even if OSU is a copy of EBA, does anybody actually care? Like, nigga, nobody gives a fuck about where the game came from if the game is still fun. Because surprise, surprise, the point of playing games is to have fun doing it. Third, Archaea is just piano tiles. I'ma actually slap the fuck out of a nigga if I hear some stupid shit like this again. Yo, my guy, does this look like fucking piano tiles to you? Are you blind? This is a whole new level of cope compared to Archaea's just Sound Vortex but for mobile. Oh my god, please, someone take this guy's fucking tablet away and show him there's more to rhythm games than clicking circles. Let's extend that actually into by far the most annoying thing going around. Archaea is just a Sound Vortex clone. No, Circle Lover 727. Just because they use a similar color scheme doesn't mean they're the same game mechanically. Is there a better way of telling me you haven't played either of those games without telling me you haven't played either of those games? They play different, they look different, they sound different, they are different. Case dismissed. Fourth, OSU is just stolen content. I can't even disagree with this, to be honest. Kinda is. Obviously, excluding the featured artists still, like, I don't know. This whole situation OSU got going on is a whole nother can of worms to open up. But shit, let's be honest for a second here. We're all still gonna play it. The same people saying this wouldn't mind dusting off their Clone Hero guitar for a few rounds, or booting up literally any arcade clone for a couple custom maps, or even playing Geometry Dash for a few seconds before rage quitting. Because let's be honest, nobody cares. And it is a sad reality, but it also is the reality. Fifth, imagine voting for OSU, a game filled with child predators. Ha probably has the most toxic rhythm game community. I don't think I need to talk about the first part, it has to be the most ridiculous take on here, but to be honest, I somewhat agree with this part, especially since OSU's community is so large. At the same time though, I do think you guys need to look in the mirror. Y'all are toxic as well. I remember just going, yo, vote for Archaea if your feet stink, and just logging off not thinking much of it, not knowing what was actually going on behind the scenes. Then I actually read how personal people were taking this. Wow. and people stay wondering why rhythm games are so divided, or even why people outside the rhythm game community takes a fat shit on it all the time. I wonder why. Oh, because of sorry ass niggas like you. I don't know why I'm trying to reason with Twitter of all places, but grow a pair, please. Go outside, take a walk, meditate, interact with actual human beings. Just relax, buddy. It'll all be okay. The worst part is, this probably isn't even gonna be the worst part. That was just the semifinals. There's more to fucking come. And I'm begging you guys, calm down, bro. We're better than this. That being said though, props to Ohio State for this shit, man. This was a brilliant idea. Hope to visit the club someday, and we all know that the grand finals will be O Standard versus Sound Vortex, and we all know who the winner will be, but of course, I'd be glad to be proved wrong. Show me that you guys are actually free thinkers. Hashtag Osu, more like Nosu. Get it trending on... okay, no. Anyways, back to the regularly scheduled program.